You know, I just started noticing that the background of this always changes. Like, it's usually like an evening, or it's a morning, or it's an afternoon, I don't think I've ever seen a night, actually. But whatever. Hello, everybody, my name's Kudakon, and welcome back to Endless Summer. Yes, we're getting views on this. At most 50. So yeah, where we left off, I'm just gonna make it quick and short. Someone's missing. And that's all I'm going to say. If you want to check out some other interesting things, which there are other interesting things that happened, that just me trying to persuade you to go and check out the other videos, because they need views as well. But no, people would rather watch me react to trailers and hentai reviews instead. Which, by the way, I am bringing back. I might do a video on that sometime later today or tomorrow in the afternoon. I don't know when. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a video. It might be today, because tomorrow I'm doing an anime review like I said I would yesterday. So I guess I'm going to do that hentai review. I'm going to bring that back somewhere tonight. And then tomorrow I'm going to do the anime review. Also, like I said yesterday, if you can guess what that anime is that I'm reviewing, then you get shoutouts on all social media platforms. I guess. I mean, I only have Twitter and YouTube, but if you have that, then... I mean, you'd have to have YouTube. How are you watching this video? Alright, so before we begin this game, however, where we left off, I think it would be a good idea to shout out a few things. For one, I'm wearing this again. I'm going to be able to tag SAO. Yes! And number two, I think it'd also be a good idea to shout out Tower of God as well for, you know, its first episode release. And so far on Twitter, everyone's loved it. And I'm glad to hear that because... You know, if this turned out to be a disaster, then who knows what would have been this potential to be able to adapt so many other things into different anime. Like probably wouldn't have ever happened if this was a disaster. And no, it turned out to be a success so far, and I'm glad to hear that. And I think I'm gonna actually check out that episode sometime later. So yeah, all that shout out, and I now have the excuse to be able to tag that in my videos because I talked about them. So let's now go on and continue the game. I don't know where we left off exactly, but I think this might be the part where we're going to be ending off on day 4. So yeah, let's start. Oh, we start on triple dots. All right, I think. Frick, I don't remember where we left off. All right, we went to the infirmary. Right, that's right. We were given the keys by the nurse. And we fell asleep, right. I was awoken by the noise of the door opening. Lana stood at the door. The nurse isn't here? Then I'll come back later. I'm substituting for her. Since I am responsible for pioneers' lives, I should do it with full responsibility. Although, in fact, I was just afraid of something bad happening because of me. Any health complaints? I tried to give Lana the most professional smile I could in order not to confuse her. Nothing special. Just a little headache. Let's do this. Okay. Some painkillers, maybe? Of course, I wasn't aware where to find required medicine, so it took me a while to find them. Finally! I handed a metamizole tablet to Lena. Thanks. She smiled. That was completely unexpected, and I lost touch with reality, staring at her. What? Lena turned awkward in an instant. Listen, I've been wondering, do you like this? I don't know what got into me, but I grabbed that magazine from the table and showed her that picture of a skirt and a cardigan, which really suit Lena in my opinion. Okay, that's a little strange. Maybe I went completely nuts, thinking about all the girls being in my world. Or maybe I wanted to distract myself instead of just waiting for the nurse to come back. Also a possibility. Lena looked at the picture. Yes, I guess. Is stuff like this in fashion? I guess. She got confused and started blushing. Why do you ask? Really, why? Yeah, I'd like to know what this says. No, it doesn't ever translate it sometimes. I don't know, there's something wrong with this game. Just asking... I'm gonna guess because it would look good on you. I'm just gonna guess this. Thank you. Oh, okay, I guess right. It's alright, I'm just being completely honest. We were quiet for some time. How's your headache? Much better, thank you. She smiled. I'll be off. Good luck. Lana went out and continued to look through the magazine. Oh. I guess she liked what I said. After a while, somebody knocked at the door again. Seems that the infirmary is the most popular place to go. Suddenly, I decided to roleplay a nurse. Just a male version. And said, "Come in." Let me guess, it's going to be Shuriken, and this entire tension that was put into this game is going to go away. Okay, good. I need more tension. The door opened and Yana entered the room. Wow, did I miss the moment when you decided to start? Man. Anything wrong with me knocking? She frowned. Where does it hurt? Why on earth would I tell you? Where's the nurse? Right in front of you. I imposingly crossed my legs and looked questioningly at her. Okay. That might cross the line. I'd better go. It'd be better to die than be cheated by you. He smiled mischievously. You didn't even let me try. Yana thought for a moment. Though you could give me some pills. What's bothering you? Took her some time to reply. A heavy stomach. Sure it's not an empty head. I muttered under my breath. Oh, sure it's not an empty head. What did you say? What did you say? Nothing. Give me a second. I found the pills in the first drawer I opened. Thank you, doctor. She smiled cheerfully. Watching Yana, I could not imagine how such an optimistic and active child could have any health problems. Overdose of stolen candies. Get food poisoning from the canteen. Oh, so we either joke or just be straight up. You know what? She's mischievous with us. Let's be a little mischievous with her. Overdose of stolen candy, right? She gave me a baleful look. No, I left everything for you. Yana ran out of the infirmary and slammed the door. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't care. Overdose of candy pills. That kind of makes it sound wrong. Again, I went back to studying Soviet fashion trends. Time passed, but the nurse was still absent. I wasn't searching for Shuriken, wasn't looking for any clues concerning my situation. I was just sitting and flipping through a magazine. Just for a moment, I felt quite satisfied with this situation. So far, everything that has happened here could be seen as just a trip to a summer camp, and if nothing changes anytime soon, then I can start worrying. Again, someone knocked on the door. Did I miss the outbreak of an epidemic? Well, we sure as hell aren't. Saya was standing at the doorway. Oh, hi! Isn't the nurse here? No, hi. No, she's not here. I'm taking over for today. Great! I'd like... She hesitated. What? Special service? By the way, Saya said and looked intently at me. What? It seems like I lost my keys. Freaking 3 days later! 3 days later, you finally mention the keys! 3 days later. The day one, she took us to the canteen to get something to eat because we didn't have dinner because of Yana. And now she wants to bring... Throughout this entire Let's Play, I've been thinking I need to get the keys back to her. And now you mention them. Freaking finally! Sure I have. Yes, here, I found them near the canteen yesterday. Yesterday? I wanted to return them to you, but forgot. Yesterday? I was really bad at lying. My cheeks were red, my eyes were wandering. Oh, he's lying. Around and hands were constantly shaking. Here. I was already preparing myself for an appropriate scolding, but Saya only took the keys and said, Thanks. So, what have you come for? I really need to change the subject. Does anything hurt? No, it's nothing. Strange. I wouldn't even think that such an open person as Saya would keep something quiet. If there's anything bothering you, tell me. That's why I'm here, to treat people. I smiled widely. No. I mean, yes, but no. Hearing that made anything possible. Even division by 0! So, how can I help? You? I guess you can't. She smiled and was gonna leave, but suddenly stopped. However, could you step out for a minute? Why not? Why not? Okay. I stepped out of the infirmary and leaned against the wall. I wonder what might she be doing? Something that I can't even see? After a minute, the door opened and Saya came out. She was carrying a small bundle. Ask, do not ask. Maybe we... I don't know, frick. Alright. It seems that this is, like, her business. So... But then again, oh god. Like, I know this is bad to assume, but maybe she's overdosing? If we don't ask, and... Oh, frick. This could... I hate this. If we ask about it, we risk ourselves getting embarrassed, but we also figure it out. If we don't ask about it, we don't risk ourselves getting embarrassed, but we risk any chances of her actually overdosing. Frick. I know this is bad to assume, but you don't know. People have some side to them. Should we flip a coin? I don't have a coin, so I don't know. Okay, I have a bottle cap. This side is heads. No, this side is heads. This side is tails. All right, heads we ask, tails we don't. Leaving up to. All right, it's heads. Ah, shit. Let's ask. What is it? Nothing. She blushed. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, that wasn't really. That wasn't. Ow. Ugh, my neck aches. Say ran away. Seems like I shouldn't have asked. Well, the fact that she blushed, I think it's okay. I'm getting triple dots a lot. I looked at the time. It was getting late. I'd read the magazine backwards and forwards, but the nurse still wasn't here. Uh-oh. Suddenly, the door burst open and Lissa rushed inside. She looked at me piercingly. What are you doing here? Sitting. God, Sane is such a great freaking MC. I love his charisma. I admit it honestly. Even if he isn't trying. Okay then. There without the nurse, she murmured. Are you sick? I asked acidly. Elsa didn't answer and came closer to me. Move over. Why? So I can open the drawer. Isn't it obvious? What for? She got angry. None of your business. Oh, now she is overdosing. Well, I'm kind of in charge here. She gave it a moment's thought. Then give me some activated carbon. What? Stomachache? Yeah. She grinned sharply. I got the feeling there was something wrong here. You know what? You want to die? Go ahead and die over overdose. Here you go. You never know. I don't give a shit. Or she really has an ache. Okay. I reached into the drawer and got out a pack of activated carbon. Thanks. She wrested it from my hand and ran away. Triple dot. It was 15 minutes to dinner and the nurse still wasn't back. I guess just leaving the place like this won't do. She asked me to look after it after all. And who knows what might happen if I leave. Though who would want to steal anything from here? Except for Alice is stealing activated carbon. Is that gonna bite me? Is that gonna bite me? I opened the magazine again and began flipping through it for the nth time. Fashions of the 80s weren't that fun anymore. Yawning got me several times. It was already 6 o'clock, so dinner had already started. Of course I had to be on the watch till the end, but my stomach seemed to have its own opinions on the matter. I stood up and steadily headed to the exit. A rustling sound came from behind the door. Could it be someone else who got poisoned, broke their arm, or something even worse? I sighed heavily and pulled the doorknob. However, there was no one out there. since it was just my imagination. Oh, that's freaky. I returned inside and instantly noticed that something had changed in the infirmary. What? To be precise, an apple had appeared on the table. But where from? Fruits can't just materialize from thin air by themselves, can they? Though in this camp, anything is possible. Oh, there it is! I see it! it's the green apple. I wasn't even I was just reading, and I just didn't think it would show it, but there it is. Chances are someone just brought it here. Maybe Lena wanted to thank me? Given that she's all shy and... But wait! How could she just slip past me like that? Lena wouldn't climb through the window after all, so there must be something else. I was suddenly overwhelmed by fear. What if the apple's poisoned? But why would someone complicate things when I'm here totally helpless and can be killed way more easily? Or it might be the apple which Eve tasted in the Garden of Eden. That thought actually passed my head there for like a brief second. In that case, I certainly shouldn't eat it. No, don't eat it. The same second my stomach reminded me it was there by rumbling traitorously. However, it would take time to close the infirmary to reach the canteen to get food. My stomach was about to eat itself. There's nothing wrong, I guess. Once again, I tried to remember if this apple was here before. In the end, it must have appeared from somewhere. Maybe it got here through the window? The shutter was slightly open. So someone must have reached in and put it there. Nothing serious. However, eat the apple. Oh god! What is this, like a test? I mean, sure, it'll take some time, but we're gonna get food anyways. Let's not eat the apple. No. Not even assuming that this is a normal apple. In any case, I shouldn't eat unwashed fruit. Exactly! That's bad. Just like that. I found a reason for my fear and put the apple away. It was time to go for dinner. Yeah, let's not eat the apple. Along the way, I ran into electronic. Always have to do it. How's it going? Did you find Shuriken? No, still no sign of him. Don't worry. We'll find him. I tried to cheer him up. Too much time has passed. I'll just keep on searching. What about dinner? No, finding Shuriken is more important, he muttered thoughtfully. I left him at the crossroads and wished him good luck. Pioneers crowded in the doorway. I quickened my pace, trying not to be the last one in line, at least for today. And I was lucky. In the far corner was an absolutely empty table. I took my dinner quickly and sat at the table. Tonight's dinner consisted of fruit soup and a pair of buns. This surprised me at first. The taste was actually nice. I concentrated on eating. Lena, let's go here! Look, 3 free chairs! Lena and Miku stood in front of me. Are these taken? Wondered Lena. No, take a seat. Of course, I wish you were alone. Thank you. Oh no. Here comes another one. This is a character that's a little rude to us. Lena I like. Miku I actually like too. I mean, I don't think she's annoying, and I like that duet that we did like a little bit ago was nice too. I like her. Xenia though, a little bit of a bitch, but not Alyssa levels. As soon as Lena said that, Xenia jumped out from behind her back. I'll sit here. There are no places left, she said, putting her tray on the table and sitting down, not even waiting for my answer. Sure, make yourself at home, I muttered sorrowfully. What? Nothing. To tell the truth, I wanted to reduce the whole company to just Lena, though neither Miku nor Xenia were causing much trouble, since one was too talkative and the other was too arrogant. But nevertheless, they were absolutely harmless, especially compared to the others I could name. Oh, it seems like I forgot my key. Don't worry, take mine. I was surprised by Miku's short reply. Do you live together? Of course, didn't you know? Together. Our cabin is the rearmost. I mean, the farthest from here. I mean, the last one. I wouldn't have been surprised if someone told me that Lena lived with Seiya, or with Xenia at worst, even electronic. But silent and shy Lena and sexually talking to Miku as a pair? That's really a surprise. Did you find Shuriken? It's strange that Xenia is disturbed by someone's problems. No. Surely he's at the village buying cigarettes. Or vodka. She snorted. It's funny how they mentioned vodka. It is a Russian game. Village? At that moment, the conversation got much more interesting. Got a problem with villages? Xenia looked amazed. You mean there is a village nearby? I think so, she said uncertainly. I looked at Lena and Miku, but they were busy with their meals and were not paying attention to our conversation. You mean you don't know exactly? Why should I care? Senju stared at her dish. But there must be something nearby. Listen. Listening. I don't know. Will you let me eat? Seems like I won't get anything from her. Though there's a chance that she really doesn't know. The remaining time was spent listening to Miku talking about some nonsense. I was just going slowly mad in silence. Is there, like, any points to anything? Like, everyone's hiding something. It's like it's exactly like Higurashi or When They Cry. It's exactly what it is. Like, everyone's like, you know, all happy and cheery, and they're hiding something. It looks like they're hiding something exactly like When They Cry. I made this reference like back in episode 2, but still. Obviously, the first thing I did, I didn't read that. Whatever. The sun was setting. I decided to take a walk. It's highly unlikely that I'll find anything more exciting to do for the rest of the evening. That way, something interesting could arise quite unexpectedly. I was approaching the skirt when I heard a loud bang. It seemed like something had exploded. I was paralyzed. I'm in a hostile environment, not knowing the rules and laws of this place. It'd be better for me to run. At the same time, I was curious. Probably would have just kept standing there, and somebody grabbed my hand. It was Olga. Why are you standing here? Let's go and see what happened. Can't you ever manage without me? I begged for pitifully. Yeah, why me? It shouldn't be anything serious, I hope. Why me, though? Like, Seiya is your assistant, more reliable, but you picked me. When we came to the square, there were already a crowd of pioneers. Olga vigorously pushing the crowd and approached the crime scene. Obviously, someone had tried to blow up Gent. What? The attackers failed. The monument was still standing upright. There was only dim ashtrays on the pedestal. Well, who did this? She looked over the crowd of pioneers. Surely it wasn't done by an organized terrorist organization. These guys all came here just to look at what happened. I noticed Yon and Alyssa in the crowd, and it looks like a camp leader noticed them too. You two, come here! They approached reluctantly. It's like, what, are we giving testimonies? Why always me? If you think so. Show me your hands. What's wrong with them? I looked close and saw that they were smeared with blood. Ashes. Now it's clear. What did you make the bomb with? The junior terrorist seemed to hesitate whether or not to confess, but then blurted out proudly. Oh! Activated carbon, saltpeter, and sulfur. Why? Why exactly the monument? What did this honored man ever do to you? To fight for the rights of... Besides, he gave me activated carbon. Pointed at me with a finger. Little square sword. Are you fucking kidding me? Thoughts about the pointlessness of this act due to the small bond size left me at this very moment. She stole it! I did nothing! Even if he gave it to you, I'm sure that Seiya would never take part in such a disgusting antisocial act. Yes, exactly! I agreed. I could hardly imagine how long she would have kept on scolding also if Electrona hadn't popped out at that very moment, shouting, I found it! I found it! Everyone turned towards him. He held a boot in his hand. Here! Electrona boastfully shook it over his head. It's Shuriken's boot! Okay. Oh, calm down. Okay, calm down. Tell us in detail where you found it. In the forest. On the way to the old camp. Whispers ran among the pioneers. Old camp? The old camp. Are you sure? Absolutely. What's so special about this old camp? I joined in the conversation. It's nothing special, really, she stammered. One of the Soviet legends tells the story of a young camp leader's ghost living there. She fell in love with the pioneer but rejected her, and so she killed herself. She committed harakiri with the kitchen knife. Harakiri, frick me. The next day, the boy is hit by a bus. Yana ran out of the crowd. Bus? I refrained from asking about the root number. But science doesn't acknowledge the existence of ghosts, so we have nothing to be afraid of. Wait a second. That girl, this is just a theory, okay? That girl, that killed herself after getting rejected. I wonder if she's the same girl that appeared in our dreams way back in the start of episode 1. And then we are the one that rejected her, but we're back in time. But then again, that wouldn't make sense. It's just a theory. Anyway, somebody should go there. Let me guess, me? Suddenly the crowd started to thin out. Olga, it's almost night. Maybe tomorrow? I turned around and saw Seiya and Lena. What if at night something happens to him? No, today, right now. By the way, where is this place? Electronic roughly described me the directions and told me the story of the old camp. The camp leader looked at me attentively. If you think that you're the only man here. Gender equality, people? Does that not exist? I looked around the area. Of course. Electronic was quick to flee. I still didn't want to walk in the woods alone. If you ask me, Oh! Shit. Okay, Alyssa, Seiya, Yana. Okay, Lena, she's shy, so I'm not gonna take her. She's gonna freak out a lot. I know this. Alyssa? Hell no. So, Seiya... Yana knows her way around the forest, though. So, yeah, Yana knows her way around the forest. Seems that her thirst for adventure has its limits, too. Am I going there alone? Oh, did she say no? Olga looked thoughtful. Perhaps you're right. We'll go together tomorrow morning. We stood in silence for some time, then dispersed around the camp. Everybody seemingly forgot about Alice and her terrorist act, maybe due to the mired damage it caused. Together with the camp leader, I went towards our cabin. I tried to think of why Shuriken would go to the old camp. He's interested in robots and cybernetics, not scary stories and ghosts. What does that boot have to do with that all? I remember how I decided to wait until something extraordinary ever happens. And then I realized, this is it. So, are we not going? I guess not. Okay, I thought that, like, I wonder if I went alone, I would have actually gone. Maybe I should have done that. That might have actually been cool. But the reason I chose Yana was because she, always flees. And, she's always out in the woods. I thought she, know the path, but she said no, apparently. Does everyone say no? Okay. I think I'll take a walk before bed. Just not a long one. Okay. When I reached the square, I understood that hanging around the forest or some other strange place may not be that scary. But doing so in the dark? I didn't want to return to Olga's cabin, but I had to find a flashlight. For instance, there was one in the infirmary. I was glad I didn't spend my whole time there reading the fashion magazine. So are we going? The flashlight was found quickly. In a few minutes, I was standing at the square, pulling myself together. I just had to make the final decision before I entered the forest. Moving past the pioneer's cabin, down the forest path, towards the abandoned camp, I set forth. Electronic told me that the old building was built immediately after the war. It looked like a kindergarten, or like a barricades I expected, and definitely could hold a few pioneers. Fewer pioneers in today's camp. These sentence structures! Or grammar, whatever. It had been abandoned for about 20 years. Oh, this is exciting. It was now totally dark. And that's where we're gonna end. I'm just kidding. But seriously, how much time have I been on this? Actually, frick. I might actually have to end it soon. It was now totally dark. The forest looked totally different at night. Mysterious shadows were hiding behind the trees. Strange rustlings and the cries of night birds coming from everywhere. Branches treacherously snapping under my feet. The full moon was shining, so I decided to save the battery in the flashlight. I'm sure I'll need it sometime soon. The further I moved, the more unpleasant thoughts came to my head. I wasn't afraid of the dark at all. I didn't believe in ghosts and other mystical crap. But at the same time, during the last few days I encountered so many incomprehensible phenomena that I guess I started to read between the lines of the simplest things. Obviously, I felt exceptionally uneasy in the forest at night. Everywhere I looked, every shadow, every tree or bush looked like weird creatures, escaping straight from horror movies or from Stephen King novels. A branch seemed to be someone's hand, you get to grab your shoulder, a fallen log, someone's dead body, someone who failed to get out of the forest. In every gully I saw a bottomless abyss. If I had found myself in this forest under any other circumstances, without all these bushes and pioneer camps, of course I would still feel uncomfortable. Then I would be able to explain everything with logic and be afraid of nothing, except for owls and mice, of course. But at the moment, there was more than enough reasons to fear. After this, I reached the old camp without any adventures. Oh, frig that! No! Scooby-Doo logic, don't go in there! In a little glade surrounded by trees stood a house resembling a kindergarten. I don't like that sound. Paint peeled off the walls. Almost all the windows were broken. In front of the building was a little garden surrounded by a rusty fence. Apparently once it was a playground with a merry-go-round, swings, slides, and other Soviet attractions. But time is cruel, and all of them were broken and mutilated by corrosion. The grass was so tall that it almost came up to my waist. The moon looked out from behind the clouds and illuminated the old camp. It seemed like everything came back. Oh, that's cool. It seemed like everything came back to life. Windows shone with new glass and walls looked like they'd been painted with fresh paint. I heard playful laughter, saw translucent children joyfully running or frolicking in the yard. The strict camp leader on the threshold, holding a basket with ripe apples in her hand. The old cleaning lady taking a nap in the shade. This is making a U-turn. Sent chills to my spine. That soundtrack is creepy! Of course, my imagination was just playing tricks. The old camp itself was so similar to all the post-apocalyptic pictures I had seen that these visions were no surprise. It stood undecided for a long time before I dared to go further. After all, I'm here to find Shuriken. Though I still don't get what he might be doing here. If he even is here. Boots somewhere nearby doesn't mean anything. However, if he was not eaten by wolves, for some reason it seemed like there were no wolves in the forest. This must be the only place where he might be hiding. I carefully crossed the yard, pushing the tall grass apart and trying not to bump into a jagged piece of metal. But I stopped in a doorway, hesitating. An impenetrable, heavy darkness stared back at me from inside. This better not turn into a friggin' corpse party. Even the bright moonlight could not illuminate any object, or even highlight a silhouette. My head was filled up with different thoughts that all said that it's better for me not to go any further and run away quickly. But I pulled myself together, turned on the flashlight, and stepped over the threshold. Oh, God! We're inside. Inside the building looked like a typical kindergarten. I still remember my childhood days, and so everything here looks very familiar. Sleeping room with lines of beds standing close together, a large playroom, toilets, a dining room, and utility rooms. Signs of the past children's joy were seen everywhere. From time to time, the flashlight drew my attention to a decaying doll, or a plastic toy car, or a punctured rubber ball, or a broken rank of tin soldiers. There was a book on a table, faded with age. I flipped through a few pages. It was a story I'd read a long time ago, back in my childhood. Something about the war. Enemies destroyed the kindergarten and all of its kids hid in the little basement together with a bunch of adults, while bombs were exploding up on the surface. I know this story. I don't remember the end of the story. As far as I remember, nobody died. Looking at the illustrations, all the emotions, fear, sadness, sympathy for the poor children, and a sense of hopelessness, which I had experienced while reading this book, came over me. It's strange that under exactly these conditions, right here and now, that I found this book. Probably there's somebody who manages this ongoing story, who has a scenario for this absurd play, who sews costumes for the local pioneers, who creates sets like this in abandoned camps. To tell the truth, he's very talented. Attention is paid to even the most minor of details. Although this place was abandoned a long time ago, everything here seemed to be untouched. Of course, time didn't spare this camp. In so many years, it had often been visited by the locals. A perfect place for young people, just hitting puberty. They could drink alcohol, indulge in amorous pleasures, and simply burn everything down just for fun. I'm like trying to imagine this place is full of legends of ghosts and devils living here. Take, for example, the story about the camp leader who committed suicide. In my world, nobody would believe that this could stop somebody. But in this reality, anything is possible. Certainly the fear didn't disappear, but I decided that since I'd come here, I was going to carry on to the end. Oh, I don't like that change. The building was small, so it wasn't difficult to search it completely, but I didn't find any sign of Shuriken. Maybe I should just call out to him? But on the other hand, maybe that's not such a good idea. Frustrated, I sat on the bench in the lobby inside. Ghosts, where are you? I asked the camp, and all of a sudden I noticed a strange depression in the corner. A small trapdoor. An adult would barely be able to squeeze through it. And it seemed to me that it had been recently opened as the dust was clean around it. And so, here's the part where I need to be scared. So, Shuriken went somewhere. What might be lurking beneath the trapdoor? The basement? What would he be doing there? I pulled open the hatch and put the flashlight into the darkness. There's a ladder going... I'm tearing up! Oh, this is not good. There's a ladder going down a couple of meters, ending in a concrete floor. There was a low, narrow corridor disappearing in the darkness. I hesitated for a long time. On the one hand, I had absolutely no desire to go down there, and on the other hand, Shuriken was really there. I swore loudly and began to descend. What? Downstairs, it was so dark that even a flashlight didn't help much. That is scary. A low ceiling, wires extending along the walls, broken lamps clad in iron bars. I've seen it all somewhere. I slowly started to move deeper into the dungeon. The path went down, and after a few dozen meters, ended at a stairway with high steps. What? Soon I found myself in front of a massive metal door. There was a sign painted on it. I looked closer and realized there was a biohazard sign. No wonder. The old camp was built after the war, and it lasted until the 70s. So it was an ordinary bomb shelter, and there's nothing to be afraid of. However, these thoughts made me even more scared. I made a decision and opened the door, which immediately shut with a large sound as soon as... Come on! I shuddered strongly, my hands began to tremble and my vision dimmed. I regained consciousness after a few seconds, and only then did I realize that apparently a strong spring was attached to the door. I found myself in a quite spacious room. In the beam of the flashlight, I could see a bunk bed, some cabinets along the walls, and several devices of unknown purpose located in the far corner. It seems that this bomb shelter has never been used. Nobody ever came here. The beds were made, which is strange in itself. I carefully looked around the room several times. The cabinets were filled with gas masks, chemical protective suits, dry rations, various domestic odds and ends. What is this? The devices which I could determine the purpose of were gauges of radiation, air pressure, and temperature. In short, it was a typical bomb shelter. I'd never been at such a place before, but it was how I imagined it. The only thing that remained unexplored was the door at the other end of the room. I pulled the handle, but the door remained closed. Someone recently came down here, and he wasn't found in this room. Then it would be logical to assume that he is behind this door. I called out and whispered, "Shuriken?" No reply. Maybe he locked himself out? But why? It wasn't clear what I should do next. Perhaps it would be smarter to come back to Mom with help, but for some reason, I had a feeling that behind the door, I could find answers that can't wait to be found. I walked across the room and took a crowbar from the corner. I wedged it under the bottom of the door and tried to rip it from its hinges. Oddly enough, after a while I did just that. Fortunately, it wasn't as massive as the previous door. There's the door. The door gave out and slammed onto the floor. I took a deep breath and pointed the flashlight down the passage. More tunnels. A corridor vanished in the darkness, the same as the one on which brought me here. Let's walk. The walls were closing in. My head almost touched the ceiling, but I could not make out the end of the corridor. I walked carefully, looking at the ground. This was the reason that I did not fall into the pit. The hole was about 1.5 meters in diameter, and there was earth at the bottom of it instead of concrete. Since the hole was caused by an explosion, it wasn't too deep. I could easily climb out later. What the? After I jumped into the hole, I found myself in something that resembled an old mine. The walls and the ceiling were reinforced with wooden beams. The tunnel was so long that my flashlight was insufficient. A few minutes later, I found myself at the crossroads. It's too dangerous to go any further. I could get lost. I decided that would be a good idea to somehow mark the place from which I would begin my journey to the labyrinth, so I picked up a stone and made quite a big notch on the wall. Smart. So... I'm going left. I like left. See that there's another fork in the road. Another one? Let's go left again. We think there's some kind of miners' camp. Picks and helmets everywhere. Rusty wagons sit in the corner. After all the items were so old, they dated from the beginning of the 20th century rather than the middle. So this really is a mine. Which means I can wander around here for ages without finding a way out. But I sensed that exit was somewhere nearby and went further. Since there's a... let's take one more left. Since there's another fork in the road. Oh, let's go right then. Since there's another fork in the road. What the frick? Oh god, that's freaky. I returned to the place where I'd begun. So I took a wrong turn somewhere. Let's continue searching. Are you kidding me? Let's go right this time. Since there's another fork in the road. Let's go right again. Since there's another fork in the road. Let's go left. Since there's another fork in the road. Let's go left. Since there's another fork in the road. Let's go right. Another fork. Let's go right again. Another one. Let's go left. Okay. So we can't, like, do a complete U-turn. If we keep going left, it's going to keep going this way. Okay. Around one last turn, a door appeared from the darkness. Oh god, these tools. Alright. Oh, frick. Oh god. I opened and went inside a small room. Nobody was here except... Shuriken, who sat in the corner. Shuriken! He stared at me with eyes full of terror. Don't come near me! Shuriken, it's me, Saiyan. I won't give up so easily. He grabbed a piece of reinforced bar from behind his back and started waving it around. Shuriken, what's wrong with you? Calm down. First you bring me here, then you take me to this mine, and now you're pretending to be Saiyan. He must have gone completely nuts. Shuriken, calm down. Nobody's pretending to be me. I really am me. I tried to talk as calm as I could, but I was almost feeling more nervous than him. Saiyan? He squinted. Is that really you? Yes, and now tell me what happened. How did you get here? Shuriken recovered his breath and started to... Sorry guys, video cut. Anyways, back to the game. I needed some parts for the robot, and I heard that there's a bomb shelter in the old camp. And there could be some instruments there. So I got up in the morning and went. He stopped for a minute, trying to deal with the trembling of his hands. I found suitable parts, but then... What? I read primal fear in his eyes. The voices, they told me to go here. I went down the mine, then they were telling me to go to the right, then left, then right, then left, then right, then left. He started to laugh hysterically. No. But now they won't get me. I'll stay sitting here. They won't find me here. He once again started to wave his pipe in the air. Shuriken, there's no one there. I wasted quite a lot of time walking the mine like you, but didn't hear any voices. He fixed his eyes on me. Then you're with them. Shuriken rushed towards me. I was just barely able to dodge him. But the flashlight wasn't as lucky, it reached the full force of Shuriken's blow. We found ourselves in complete darkness. Now it's my turn to lose my mind. What have you done, you idiots? I lashed out with my hand in the direction where I expected Shuriken, but no avail. Now we'll both die here! I got nothing but silence in return, and then a quiet, hysterical laugh. It's alright. That's fine. I know where the exit is. Follow me. Follow you where? I can't see a damn thing. Follow my voice. I had no other choice. Here. Shuriken's voice was heard from somewhere further on. How do you know where to go? I walked all over here. Then why didn't you leave? The voices. Quiet. They can hear us. In theory, I can believe that there are some supernatural forces here. In the Soviet camp, they'd just be a daily occurrence. But there was no reason to panic yet. though my hands were shaking non-stop. Here? I slowly followed his voice and eventually lost track of time. We could have been roaming for a few minutes or a few hours. Finally, a dim light appeared in the distance. We're here. We reached the wall. The wall towards freedom was blocked by a lattice on the ceiling. I pulled myself up and recognized the square from the bits of landscape I could see. Lift me up! Shuriken immediately followed my request. I started to hit the grating with my fist so hard that in just a few strides my arms were all covered in blood. But in return, the grating gate gave way and pushed open. A minute later, we were out on the surface behind the monument Genda. When I saw this grating before, I had no idea that there could be catacombs below it. They would come for you. I fell to the ground, exhausted. Who? They will come, said Shuriken again and ran away. I was so excited I could not even bother thinking about some voices, recalling the Forsaken camp, the bomb shelter, or the mine. Almost unconscious, I reached the camp leader's cabin, but I couldn't go to bed right away. Well, look who's here! Olga, I started tiredly, attempting to cut the explanation to a minimum. You said you were going for a walk, but instead, I was gonna go and call the police. And, Olga, can I wait till tomorrow? I'm really tired. Camp leader eyed me all over. Okay, fine. I was a bit surprised that she agreed so fast. Just said not to waste this opportunity, and quickly turned the light off and darted under the covers. Oh my god! Ugh, it's over!
That was insane.
That was insane. That was insane. I'm gonna end this episode here now. I did not want to end it off on something cool happening, okay? We're doing long episodes in this series anyway, so might as well just drag it out as long as I can. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Did you think that this is finally going somewhere? This is finally going somewhere, guys. We're actually getting tension, and that was insane, too. So, we got some sort of, like, supernatural element as well, and it's kind of like, you know, When They Cry mixing with corpse party style elements, and that's cool. I like that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.